What is good, y'all? SG gang. It's your boy SmooveGotGame back with another Detroit Tigers rebuild video. And yes, man, I went in and put in the community tab, but your boy is back. I took a little hiatus for just some things that I needed to do personally, as well as a little bit of vacation time with my girl. So back onto the videos, man. Hope you guys are ready for them to come back out. You know, we got new stuff coming out soon. Madden is on the horizon. Tekken actually is on the horizon too as well. So let me know if you guys want to see any of those gameplays here on the channel too as well. But we will be continuing with this Tigers rebuild, getting them their World Series. Do not worry, we will succeed at that mission. Now, going back into what we kind of just went out through. I mean, we're 33-28, thankfully still over 500, but it was a tough June. One that didn't see much success from us. I mean, we're still 2.5 games back of first place. So, you know, there's not really a whole lot difference between us and Cleveland, as we have a tougher June schedule than they do. They have a lot of teams here under 500. You know, the Twins, the Rays, you know, the Twins twice. I think the Mets are really one of the only teams over 500 that they'll be playing. Whereas, you know, we have to see the Angels, Houston, Philly. Toronto is actually good this season yet again, despite losing some of their good players. So we'll have a tougher time here, and we'll see if it's able to correlate to maybe a bigger gap. Hopefully we keep everything nice and compact. Now here you see Jackson Joe was late into a ball game where we're tied 1-1. We ended up losing 4-1. So that is not a good sign from him, as he's been struggling out of the bullpen recently. I thought he might be ready to, you know, be up here and be in that long reliever role to possibly maybe even take over if a starter was struggling. But I can't have him take over for a starter if he's struggling himself. So we ended up losing the very first series, you know, 2-1. First 2 games, we were only able to muster up 2 runs combined, then drop 9 in game 3. So it just shows that our offense can splash when we need it to. Now here, we're going into a closed situation here with Jordan Romano. We need to get some more wins on the schedule, especially against good teams like these, to show that we can beat playoff caliber teams. So Philly down 6-5. Chops this one on the ground over to Torres, who will go ahead and grab. Spin throw to first base. Got him. Easy play there, or at least making it look easy. Tough play, though. With 2 outs, Romano is looking to go ahead and get this save wrapped up with Bryce Harper at the plate, watching the first 2 sliders go across for a 1-1 count. Not getting the chase upstairs either. We'll go ahead and go downstairs. Not biting. So still 2-2 count after watching everything go through. Finally swings on the inside 4-seamer, but not able to muster up enough power under it, as we will be able to settle underneath, as that'll be the final of that ball game. So we're able to go ahead and close this one out, get a save. Remember, there was a runner in the scoring position the whole time. That's why it was a critical situation, but we were able to go ahead and get things locked up here and get another victory and actually go back to back now. So every win will be very important for us, as we are trying to fight with the Guardians to take over this lead. And it's looking like this might be the team that could get us back into the postseason once again. You know, we had a little bit of early postseason success, went downhill for a little bit. Now it looks like we might be able to finally be back. The offense is clicking on all cylinders. You see 10 hits here today. A kill, the only one without getting a hit, sliding under that 300 batting average. But a couple multi-hit games from Torres and Gonzalez. And then another home run here coming from Riley Green, his 6th of the season so far. So 3 RBIs also as well, trying to go for that team lead, as Matt Manning has a quality outing, 5 innings, 3 earned, 5 Ks. And then the bullpen shut the door after that. We had just enough offensive runs to go ahead and secure a victory, even though Jordan Hicks technically blew the save. We were able to go and get a dub. Like I said, that'll be back-to-back wins. And we go on a little 3-game winning streak as we get our catcher, Harry Ford, back, who was injured for a couple of days. And now we got to go back into looking at a roster move potentially here. Is Dylan Dingler. He's seeing good growth and development, but he's been struggling on the bench, only batting 155. Drake Rogers, we've seen him have success. I only went with Dingler because of what he did in spring training, but I think I'm going to go ahead and move him down, see if he can develop a little bit more at AAA, and bring Jake Rogers back up here to the major league level, just to have some more production if we need a backup catcher to come in and do something, because I don't want that position to struggle, even though it's going to be hitting the 9 spot. Now, back to our scouting. Darren Vera, we've got a fully scout report on him. He's going to be a very good contact, vision, fielding, and about average speed, so average power. You know, he's actually got, looks like he might be a 5-tool type of player. We'll come in with basically B potential pretty much, and might even be the exact overall he's going to be when we draft him. So 32nd on our board, which is a rise up from 75th on the overall draft board. Somebody to definitely keep my eyes on as we move forward, though, as a potential third baseman. We've got a lot of third basemen of this come up straight to the league, ready to play. But I mean, if he's able to put up those kind of numbers and give us good defense, that can move Guerrero back to first base. And we actually do a lot of different things there. We can do a lot of different things with our outfield. Now over here with William Cutler, we also got his full scouting report. He's got good vision, good contact versus lefties. Everything else is kind of but he'll come in with good speed and good fielding. So this would give another fielding option. He's second on our board I'm not really feeling second-esque stuff here, but there are a lot of high-end things that we can be happy about, especially with that contact being as high as it could be in the future. So just more things that we could potentially look out for in terms of what we want to scout with. Now, of course, I want to look at some of the starting pitching too as well. That has been an area where we've seen some guys that we thought we could rely on are struggling. And at the minor league level, there's not a lot of our guys that have the A and B potentials that are really developing as fast as I need them to. So I'm looking to see if there are any other good options, where the best ones are that got good future ratings. I'm going to keep my eyes on the future, not the present. But what can it be, as well as what your potential can be, are the two things that I focus on when I'm looking at my starting pitcher, especially like the per nines and stamina, because I don't want to go out and get a starting pitcher thinking he's going to be great in the league because he's got good per nines and his stamina is maxed out at like 62. Now I just basically got a relief pitcher in a starting pitcher role, and I'm giving him starting pitcher money because I probably took him first. So I'm damn paying attention to what the stamina looks like coming in, as well as what it could be in the future. Like right here, 62 to 96. 65 to 99 tells me it's probably going to be on the higher end with that big of a range. See 65 to 99 here as well. But that's what we scout for, so we can figure out what areas are going to be big and important for us. So I do want to just go ahead and focus in a couple of small areas on starting pitching. We're going to look at the Central, the East, and I'm going to get a closer look at Joey Papas here too as well. Just individually scout him as somebody that could be taken with our first overall pick, or our first pick, not the first overall. As we go, ooh. Yes, sir. 2-0 victory here to sweep the Philadelphia Phillies. I love that. So only 6 hits here today on the day. 2 RBIs going to Akil Baddoo, and Luis Severino finally getting a good start in 8 innings. Almost a complete game shutout. Really drops that ERA under 5 now with 11 Ks to go along with it. And Romano getting save number 16. So I love that. 4-game winning streak, including a sweep here at the Phillies. And let's keep that momentum going. We have the Giants coming up next, and Romano has a chance to close this one out, give us a 5-game winning streak. This has to be doing wonders for us taking over the lead in this division. We'll go ahead and get things kicked off as Will Smith. Looks like he will come in and pinch hit with runners at first and second. No out. So this is a dangerous situation to be in. Not exactly one that we would like to highlight here with Romano if he's not able to be successful, though. 7 pitches deep already. So these hits are all, I'm going to assume that both people on are because of him. Being 7 pitches deep already. Gets that 2-seamer to go ahead and get right by him 2-2, though, as he's swinging way too late behind that. We're going to end it off with the slider low and away. You know it's the strikeout pitch for every single one of my righties that have it. It's got to be lethal just like that, as another slider comes across for out number 2. And then Quan up next. He will not go ahead and swing at the first pitch. Good. Good call by the ump there on that one to make it 1-1. Now this is their final chance that they have here, as Clemens gets eaten up by the ball. Are you kidding me? He's not able to make the play on it. Akil Baddoo can't make the throw to the plate. It is a tie ball game off of an error. Cannot give this to Romano at all. I mean, if he had not let the first 2 guys on, maybe, things would be different. But can't give that to him at all. That is a routine play that just ate him up. Got to him, one bounce over his head. That's why you got to be patient when you're over there playing shortstop, man. We cannot have plays like that, especially when we're trying to be playoff caliber teams. So now the crowd is on its feet, as they thought they might be able to see a walk-off. We will go ahead and just finish things off with another strikeout. Now we'll have to get our bats loose and ready to go. As at least we'll start with the top, 1, 2, and 3. As that throw will go back in. Not going to get him in time. This is great, too. So I also wanted to go and get a pitcher warmed up. Andrew Chafin did a little bit of closing for us, so why not go ahead and potentially bring him in if we were able to get the lead here. But this is good to have a catcher with speed. So 82 speed out there for Harry Ford. A base hit could bring him around. You see Morris Jones trying to lay down a little bunt there with his speed, too, as well. He could possibly get 2 guys over, and he could steal second to be in scoring position with them. But instead, he'll just go ahead and get a ball down the line. This will go ahead and bump up against the corner. He's not able to scoop it cleanly, and it'll be an RBI double. So, I mean, hey, I'll take that even better. Without the bunt and steal, he's able to just go ahead and get a double, score a run, and now we have a 3-2 lead for Akil Baddoo to come up next. Takes the 4-seamer up in the zone. This looks like it'll be shallow in the gap, so no movement here. But it will at least give us an opportunity to go ahead and steal off on third base right after. As, man, I love having Morris Jones. His speed combined with his steal ability makes it just so easy and so effortless to take first and second, or second and third if I need to. And then Vladimir Guerrero being clutch as well. He didn't even have to hit it that far, but it'll be an RBI double off the wall If he had Morris Jones' speed, that would have been a triple most likely. But I'll take the double. 14th of the season, and now we're up 4-2, giving ourselves a little bit of a cushion. They'll go to their bullpen and bring in Cole Waits, 9 ERA. Hopefully, we can tee off a little bit more on that with a 1-4 record. But this gives us a little bit of a cushion now. We don't have to necessarily get 3 straight outs. If one run comes across, we're okay. And unfortunately for Waits, he struggles against lefties, and we do actually have a lot of our better hitters are lefties. Akil Badu, who's already been gone through, Fernando Gonzalez, Morris Jones. This one will land right into a glove. Unfortunately, I thought that might have blooped in, but it will get out number 2. And off to face Gleyber Torres with a 3-0 count. Gets a 4-seamer on the hands, and this one will. I thought it dropped. I thought we might have got that one in for a second, but not without an unfortunate events there. We go up 2 runs now as Andrew Chafin will go in and come in. He is 1 for 2 on save opportunities this season. Hasn't had many opportunities to save him like he did last season, but today I needed to be clutch. That will go into Green, who will make the play. He's going to throw into third base. They're trying to move up. That throw is on the line, but not in time. A little bit of a hesitation there as he caught it. He might have would have had him though, but runner will move up on that. There's a sac fly. That's what you would normally want if the game was still tied or down by just 1. But with 2 being down 2, they need somebody else to get on, and you can't have a strikeout in that situation. Ty France will be the last hope for the Giants now as he gets caught looking on the call for a strike and then fouling one away too. They're down to their final strike. 0-2. Give me that slider in on the feet, baby. We're able to go and get a strikeout to go ahead and end things, man. A 4-2 victory here in game number 1. So what started out as just a simple critical situation to try to close things out ends up turning into an extra inning little slugfest, I guess you could say, little battle. Fernando Gonzalez gets player of the game, 2 for 4 day with his 7th home run, as well as Riley Green getting his 7th. Guerrero Jr. hits RBI number 55, and Valdez 7 1/3, only 1 earned, 9 Ks. Wish he could have got the dub. Unfortunately, it goes to Romano. He blew the save too as well. But Valdez, very good quality start, lowering that ERA below 5.2 as well. And I wanted to look here at the trade block really quick because I noticed that I have been kind of blind to the trades, even in this entire series. I don't think we've made too many trades, especially no big trades, but they kept telling me about some shortstops that were available. Bobby Witt Jr., 25 years old, A potential, 91 overall. I did look at some trade opportunities, and with Keith Clemens struggling, I wouldn't be opposed to the upgrade from 77 to 91. It was just some of the things that they were asking for were very unrealistic, and I was not ready to really give anything like what they were asking away. I could have probably gave a starting pitcher. I maybe moved Jackson Jobe in, but you guys see it. There's not really too many starting pitchers here that are like ready, showing me ready to move up to the show numbers, and like their overalls aren't there. And we're in a position where we're actually fighting for the division for once. So, there's a couple good prospects here, but we don't really have that much depth here at the starting pitching position for me to want to give up any of those A or B potential prospects. So it ended up being one of those things I just kind of bypassed. Now, despite that big long winning streak, we only basically moved up a half game in the division, so we're still down by a game and a half. And we'll go ahead and go into game 2 here against the Giants. This time I wanted to go ahead and get a player lock in with somebody that's been very hot for us. Outside of our starting pitchers, you see here Casey Mize, 6-3 record, a 2.8 ERA, has been on fire to start the year out. But how about a rookie doing good? 271 average, 7 home runs, 30 ribbies, and 4th in third baseman voting for the American League. As a rookie, could potentially make an all-star team. And I think we have him, or have had him, DHing pretty much the whole season. Just because his defense isn't quite good enough to be in the field. So that's what I was talking about. If you get another third baseman, move him, have him be third, have him DH, let Guerrero go back over to first base, and the world would be, all peachy. Now the question would be at that point, what would we do, of course, with, Tyler at first base? It's kind of here or there. I'm not 100% sure. I probably might even trade him just to see if we can maybe even get some prospects, maybe get some good pitching back for him. Who knows? But that would be an interesting bridge to cross if we're able to find third basemen that are worth it at the end of the day. We got to finish out the scouting reports and feel worth it and be able to draft them. But let's go ahead and get back to this third baseman. I thought he might have took one out. Getting a little bit unlucky there with the upstairs four-seamer. He's 0 for 3 today. And I will go ahead and go into our subs here. Go ahead and just go back into the full game mode here with the top of the ninth. Why not? We're down 4-1, so I haven't been able to put up much offense here today. As it looks like he's not the only one getting a little bit unlucky with some of these swings. As that upstairs cutter gets him to go down. 0-1. Too low there, but 1-1 popped up the cutter. Good timing on it too. That is one of the things about the show, man, and it's, you know, real baseball. Not every time you time up the ball is it going to be a good hit. Sometimes you might have great timing, but just get underneath it just a little bit. You got to have timing and the vision of seeing the ball clearly to square it up. Just like that one right there. That one led to a base hit and not a pop-up when you square it up. So square up another one here with Riley Green. This one will go deep back into the outfield and get down up against the wall, and that's a bad read. We're going to go ahead and try to send the runner on home. Why not? We're losing. Slide goes in, and he's safe. Torres comes around on the RBI double there from Riley Green, his 13th of the season. And that brings us back within 2. Here's Keith Clemens. He'll take an upstairs cutter, pull this one into the outfield. This will be right about where he's at, though, so the throw's going to come in. We're going to try to move him to third base, and we will get in there on the throw up the line. Spence Torkelson. Like I said, potential trade, but if we find a third baseman worth it, but like I said, he's got to be worth it. He's got to produce in the spring, too, as well. As you can see down below, we are in the wild card, makes us team number 2, but I don't know if this loss will affect that as we go down swinging there and lose this game 4-2. That'll end the win streak. I think we were at 5. A 5-game winning streak there will come to a close. We still have an opportunity to win the series tomorrow. But Casey Mize, I'd still say a quality start. I mean, we got to put up more runs. We had 9 hits today. No reason at all that we should only had 2 runs come across, and one of those was because of me getting a couple of those hits there late. But Casey Mize, 5 innings, all 4 earned runs going to him, 4 Ks. ERA still barely peaking over the 3 mark. That's how good he's been this year. And from a good pitcher to a good batter, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., 297, 21 bombs already at 55 RBIs. I would be surprised if my man is not in that home run derby when All-Star Weekend comes around, man. We got a little bit of ways before we get there, but I would be completely surprised if he is not in there. He's looked great all season. The home runs and power has been there. And you see, they're so afraid to pitch to him at the plate because they know what he's about to do that they keep throwing over to Stahl at first base like he's going to go somewhere. They must have forgot I'm in player lock. They don't steal when I'm in player lock. I wish they would because he might be able to make it in over there. But Vladimir Guerrero has been a great addition to us. As a free agent offer, I cannot ask for anything more other than, not to ground the choppers like that to the pitcher. He's come in and add the power that I needed. He's come in and add the RBIs that I needed. And the only switch up I had to make was moving him from the 4 to the 3 spot. I don't know why that switch worked. But him hitting at the 3 has worked way better for him. And that's going to be a deep fly ball going back into left field. At the wall, it is gone. Home run, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. That is number 22 on the season. You see they tried to leap to bring it back in, but just couldn't do it. He muscled that one out, pulling that way over the wall and extending our lead even further with this 3-run home run. 5-0. And that would, hold up at least for a little bit as Matt Manning starts to get a little shaky there, giving up 2 in the bottom of the 4th. And it comes right back the next inning, giving it all right back. I think we let him just stay out a little bit too long. And unfortunately, the league ends up ended up getting tied. Goes back to us to a 6-5 game. And we will be going to the bottom of the 9th here with Michael King up. I think Jordan Romano either was tired or maybe he was tired. I don't know why they didn't bring him in, but Michael King was the pitcher that was in when we came in. So we're going to go ahead and just try to get this save in with him facing 1, 2, and 3 with a 6-5 lead here. And we get him to go ahead and check his swing. No look down. And that'll be out number 1 on the strikeout. And we'll come back to Isaiah Kinder-Falefa, formerly with the Yankees. Now looks like he's with the Giants. It's 3-2. Pops this one up to Torkelson. You see the frustration as he slams the bat to the floor. And now go ahead and take them feet back to the dugout. As Tyler Stevenson will be the last hope. And he will keep hope alive, actually. As this one will get down into the outfield and bump up against the wall. Riley Green's going to come up throwing. He's going to get it right into second base. And he's got him. Do not run on the cannon. That is Riley Green. That arm is too strong in the outfield. And he was able to throw in a laser beam into there. Getting the final out on a throw. I mean, you're losing. You got to try something. So why not? But that was an amazing play in the outfield. We got to go ahead and check that replay, man. I mean, it's the end of the game, but why not? Check out this great play in the field. We don't see too many of these. There are not too many opportunities where we actually catch good fielding being put into display here. This is a nice line drive ball. Bumps up against the wall. I would probably try for a double 2 as well, but look at this. Plays it off the wall. An immediate throw, no hesitation. Good hop, throw, skip. And look at the laser beam on this one, right to second base on a one bounce, right into his glove where it needs to be. Like, look at it, no reach extension, and just puts his hand straight down. That's accuracy and arm strength at its finest. And then on top of that too, as well in the outfield, you had a 1-for-4 and 2 RBI day to really help drive this win. Obviously, those 2 RBIs were crucial because we only won by 1. He was able to go ahead and be a very important asset on offense and defense. And Jordan Hicks comes through and gets the dub. Pitching in 2/3. Great work by the bullpen to hold and shut the door. But Matt Manning really came loose in the 4th and 5th inning. I don't know what happened. But thankfully, we're able to hold on for the dub. Now, see, we're still 2.5 games back because as well as we've been winning, the Guardians have been winning. We're both 6-4 in our last 10. We're leading the wild card right now as the top team. But we want to keep that going. We take over that division. You see, we're now over or at 500 at home. So I told you once you start fixing the home record and start getting that over 500, we will be straight. And it turns out I was right. Now, looking down at different moves that could potentially be made, trying to see who's been doing good. You see, Chris Amos has been doing a great job at AA. I want to go ahead and get him up to AAA because I also have sent down Ben Hernandez down to single A. He was just struggling way too much. He was actually seeing regression at the AA level. And I want to make sure that I try to get him some more outings here just to see if he can, turn it around. Maybe not have him in the closer role, but you see the ERA was at about 6. I wanted to just give him that opportunity to go ahead and make something shake there while we try to work through some of these injuries and get guys better looks at where they can possibly move up. Maybe he'll produce a little bit better. Now we got the Astros next. They're over 500 too as well. So once again, another tough series. We end up getting game number 1 and game 2. Critical situation. Chase Young is 3 for 3, 2 home runs, a single, and 4 RBIs. He's trying to go 4 for 4 on the day. But really what we're worried about right now is we're trying to get this dub. So we're going to go ahead and get out of player lock mode and try to get the rest of this game in. So that way we can go ahead and get Romano warmed up and hopefully be able to come out of this game with a W. So William Woods, 41 pitches in, by the way. They really kept their long reliever in here, really trying to put him through some work as he gets Chase Young swinging and missing for out number 1. So that work is working. Nick Manning, 0 for 3 on the day. This is not good for your bench stats. I need a hit from you right here, and that'll be good with a perfect swing. This forcing will go back into the gap and bunch up against the wall. That'll be an easy double. Oh, taking a little bit of time to get it back in. Not long enough to get a triple out of it, though. So we'll just have to go ahead and settle with that double. But next up is Fernando Gonzalez, and he will line this one into the outfield for a base hit. That'll get down to bring home another run and at least give us a little bit of a cushion for Romano to work with in the bottom half. Riley Green, 2-1 count. He'll go ahead and work up next. He's 0 for 4 on the day. Can he join the hit party? As Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is up next. I just noticed they put Riley Green up at the 2 spot. They do some crazy things when they're changing around the lineup, getting guys their off days and stuff like that. They change up the lineup a little bit. Looks like Riley Green at the 2 spot is not going to be something that works, though, as he works this walk. And they're going to have to go to their bullpen as they realize that that's not working either. Austin Adams will come in. A 6 ERA, 19 Ks, and 18 innings, but really struggles against really both righties and lefties. Now, unfortunately for him, we kind of have both of those in our batting order. So, I mean, I don't know how he's going to survive here today with a 3-1 to Guerrero. Taking all the way there. I didn't think they would give me something good, but oh my goodness, did they give me something delicious on the next pitch. Full count, 3-run shot. We don't even need Romano as that ball was long gone. Home run number 25 on the season, only 400 feet. I'm surprised that it was only that short because that thing looked absolutely barbecued. Shout out to the grill. Just look at the swing, knowing it's gone immediately and just kind of watching it walk away. Look at the trajectory here on the pitch. 106 on the exit velo. That thing just jumped off the bat and jumped out the gym like it was Jordan. And we have a 10-5 lead now, but hey, we're not done yet. There's only 1 out. Keith Clemens dribbles this one over. Second baseman's going to have to come in and make the flip with the glove, but it's not in time. The inning will continue. And then Verlin gets hit on that left booty cheek as he goes and walks it on down to go ahead and ease off some of the pain. Jake Rogers up next. If we bring him up, wild pitch will go ahead and move the runners into second and third base. Still only 1 out. Adams is not looking too good here. We can go ahead and try to get 2 more on the 2-2. Chopped on the ground. He'll go ahead and get it, throw over to first base for the only play that he has, but it will be an RBI. As Drew Jones coming into the lineup too as well. It's a lineup of complete backups as that throw will go down and he's in there. Had to wait for that umpire to come in a little bit late. His first on base of the season. Wow. It's coming on that. I told you the computer does not be stealing like I be stealing. And then there goes a base hit by Drew Jones, going him in easily. If he hadn't stole, that would have just been runs into the corners. But because he did, it's 12-5. And we're going to go ahead and take off for second base here too with Drew Jones' speed. Going to get him in there for a stolen base as well. And did we go ahead and try to steal off for third base too as well? No, we're going to wait on it. 3 for 4 here for Jung. So try to bat around that inning. He ends up unfortunately going for 0 for 2, getting the first and last out, unfortunately. But because of that, Michael King gets to stay in and go ahead and try to close the door on this one as we really widen that gap here against the Stros. 12-5, and that'll be a little dribbler over to Verling, who will tag him himself for out number 1. And then Pete Crow Armstrong will come up next, chopping that one foul. 1 for 4 on the day, trying to help start a rally like we were able to. He almost took one to the rib cage. He probably should have did one for the rib cage for the team. That's how our rally got going. But because he swung on that one, we're going to get a strike out there, even though it hit that inner thigh. And with 2 outs, their last toker is Luis Gonzalez. 0-1, checking his swing. They're not even going to go down on it. Pause. 0-2, swing, chops this one on the ground, and Clemens will go in and make the easy throw over to first base, not letting it eat him up this time. And the Tigers get a dominating victory here. I'd say dominating. You know, it's pretty close for the most part until that 9th inning. And so if you look on paper, not dominating. If you came and watched the game, you know, pretty close. Guerrero Jr. gets player of the game because he had 2 home runs today. That 3-run home run was his second, actually, to get 24 and 25. And Jace Jung hit 2 home runs as well. Don't forget that. He's at 4 and 5. RBI's up to 18 on the season now, coming off the bench, which is great. And then Drew Jones throwing his 4th base. We weren't able to see that when he was actively doing it. But Luis Severino, another good start. 7 innings, 3 earned. And that ERA is still hovering around that mid to upper 4.6 range. So we'll very much take that. I mean, it's better than this 5 ERA. And that'll lead us right into some more scouting. As you see, Joey fell back on our board from being at 7, where the overall board was, down to 23. And it looks like the stamina looks like it could be there. But his per 9s are actually looking like they're in a decent spot, except for the walks. The walks look like it might be pretty low. His control, though, is good. Almost no velos. It looks like he'll be a 3-pitch mix type of dude. I'm not sure how well that will translate. So if he came to the show or got, to our team, we probably would give him teach him a 4th pitch, I should say. Because I'm not sure how many 3-pitch starters are left in the league. The only one I can remember that was successful was CC Sabathia. So if y'all know any other ones besides that, let me know. But he's one of the only ones I've known be successful with just 3 pitches in his mix. Next up, we have Dwayne Fuller, though, looking kind of at his numbers. We got him up to 70% scouted. Looks like the potential is going to be there for him. He's 25th on the board, too, so we might be able to take him, later. We do have a pick, in that 2 second-round picks, though, 49 and 73, so maybe we could take him there at 49 if he's still there, if he slides back far enough. I don't think I would make the jump to take him to 13. There are a lot of other better talents in front of him. But who knows? After we scout, maybe he tells us something. So we'll continue to look at these starting pitchers by the region. We have Central, East, and now West that we'll be going in and taking a look at. So that way we can get a bigger sample size and do that for a couple of weeks. Now, we do have game of the week this week that we will be spotlighting. A full game performance here as we got game 3 against the Stros. After having that great classic of putting on that strong run support, we have 8 earned runs from our pitching staff, a 338 batting average for our offense, though. And we'll be looking to try to close things out here as we continue to do what we're doing, going up and battling these Guardians, as they seem to be a tough team at all times. I think they were the team that knocked us out of our postseason run, too, as well. As you can see here, the scores from the first 2, 7-4, 12-5. So 9 runs total, but only 8 of them were earned, as you saw earlier. But we'll be going up against Forrest Whitley here today. 13 starts, a 5.54 ERA, 66 2/3 innings. He's giving up a 1.5 whip, 77 hits, 73 Ks. Yeah, this is something I'm excited to see. I love seeing pitchers that are struggling, so that way we can go ahead and tee off. And it's great to start off with Morris Jones, almost back at 300. He did struggle to start off the season a little bit, now on a 12-game hitting streak, and has been looking very strong at the leadoff spot still, which is very good for me. Imagine drafting somebody, he immediately jumps into your leadoff role and succeeds. he's continuing to show that here today with a base hit up the middle on the very first pitch that you see. So Akil Baddoo will have to answer this back up as they got him over at first base. Getting a little bit of an extra lead there. Probably was going to take second. I mean, let's face it. Y'all know I was about to take second base. Gets picked off there. So now nobody on for Akil Baddoo, who takes the inside four-seamer right to second base. He'll follow suit with the out of his own. And then Guerrero 0-1. Chops this one on the ground. A shortstop who will make an easy play off the knee. Throw goes over and they got him. 1, 2, 3. So even though we get a hit, nobody left on base. No runs across. And it'll be up to Framber Valdez that I wanted to go ahead and spotlight because we picked him up in free agency and he has not delivered at all close to what I thought I'd be getting from him. That ERA being at 4.6, I thought we'd be getting a guy near the 2s, low 3s. So definitely want to try to come in and pitch with him as much as often too to see what exactly is he doing that he's not supposed to be in. You can see location, I mean, seems to be fine. That was exactly where I wanted to put it. Just I'll struggle to say I don't know how to say it. Guerrero Jr. was able to just go ahead and inside out that ball, and then Gonzalez takes a liner right out of the park for a 2-run home run. And if you look at the locations of those are exactly where they needed to be. Those are just 2 good swings that we got unfortunate on. So an early 2-0 lead for the Stros. That is only his 3rd home run this season. It always hurts when you give up home runs to guys that don't really hit it or at least are struggling, because you just help their numbers improve just a little bit. You could have really kept them down in the cellar, really put them outside, but no outs still too. This inning could get very bad very quickly if Jordan gets a hold of 1-2 as well. So we'll have to see if he's able to bounce back. That was a nice curve right there. And then gets him to go ahead and pop this one into center field. Jones will go ahead and come in and grab it for out number 1 to try to stop the bleeding as much as possible. Jose Altuve will be up next, 1 out. Chop this one on the ground for Guerrero, who will come in. Great throw over to first base, and he's got him. So that's a good play there. Bouncing back from that 2-run home run, getting next 2 out. And then 1-1 to Reese Hopkins. Flies this one out to Jones. Easy out. So now we'll have to keep our eyes on him to see how deep into this ballgame we can go. But now I need the bats and the offense to wake up. And that's a good way to wake up. Getting a liner down the line. And that will be tumbling, rumbling, and bumbling. As he goes into the corner. That'll be a double that we're able to go ahead and succeed off of. So great work there from the rookie yet again. And then Torres right behind him will go ahead and send a chopper over to shortstop to move him over. Great opportunity here for us to at least get one of those runs back, as Riley Green will come up next. And he'll line a curveball into the gap. This is going to get down. This is extra bases. So a run will come across to cut that lead in half. 2-1. And Green in at second base for the easy double. Keith Clemens struggling this year, still below 200. But can he come in clutch when we need it the most? Ooh. Tough call there. We got caught looking, though, frozen on it. But then Torkelson goes in and gets my back as he gets this one into the outfield. We're going to go ahead and send the run home early. Slide goes in and not in time. Perfect throw. That's the tag, just a second too late as we tied up this ball game here in the top of the second inning. Thank you, Torkelson. And this inning is not over yet as Harry Ford gets this one up the middle for a base hit. Runner's going to go ahead and try to take off for third base. The throw's going to come in. It's going to be up the line. Runners at the corners, and now a base hit can score them instead of it needing to be a slow roller. Morris Jones was able to get one last time. This time around, oof. Knowing that he's got speed going down the line, he takes it himself over to second base. Probably a smart play there by shortstop to go ahead and get that one in himself. And now we'll be going here to the bottom of the second to see if Valdez has calmed himself down, and leadoff base hit does not tell me that you were calm. Jeremy Pena is on first with a lot of speed. Have to keep our eyes open. And there goes a pitch that had to be laid in over the strike zone to see at a 3-1. That's going to be a line ball deep into the outfield, going near the corner. Just foul by 2 feet. And because of that, we go ahead and say, nope, no more even close. We'll just go ahead and walk you and go to the next batter here. Is this one to go ahead and get right in front of Jones. They made him pump fake for whatever reason. They shortened up his running stance. Did not allow him to go get that. And because of that, we have bases loaded, no outs. And this is going out to Green, though. You know, he's got the strong cannon of an arm. He's going to go ahead and throw it into the plate. This throw not going to be accurate, though. We can't expect every single one to be. And because of that, it's a 3-2 ball game here for the Stros, and they're going back to the top part of their lineup as LGJ is going to chop this one over to Torkelson, who will throw over the short for one, back over to him, and got the double play. That's how you close out an inning with bases loaded, no outs. We get out of it not unscathed. We gave up one, but it could have been a lot worse for Valdez as we go ahead and stick with him here, bottom of the fourth, to try to get him to calm down and get deeper into this ball game. If he can just hold 3, I think we can get 6, maybe even 7 innings out of him. And that would be a long way to letting that bullpen go ahead and rest up a little bit and give our bats some time to fully wake up. As you see, we scored over 7 runs in both of the games this series. This offense can wake up and wake up in a hurry if we needed to. As this is going to be a fly ball out for Green to get us through the 4th inning pretty cleanly. We're going to stay with them top of or bottom of the 5th. Let's see if we can get through another inning here. That's going to be a base hit that gets into the outfield. Not a good start as Cruz gets his speed back on. And last time he was on, you know what happened. So Scott will be up next. He'll line this one out to Badu, who will do what it do. Catch it, go ahead and get it in. And LGJ comes out with 1 out. Let's go and get another double play on him. So that way we can go and get out of this inning. The runner's going to steal off for second base, but it's going to be a liner out to Badu, who will catch it, get the throw in as quickly as possible to make sure that runner gets right back. So no hit and run is going to work on us as Luis Gonzalez is up next. And he watches that inside on the ankles. Yordan Alvarez is getting ready to get his cuts in. Full count. Let's go ahead and getting it off right here. No swing, no call. Of course, I mean, it was a good call to not be a call, but now we have to face Yordan Alvarez with runners in scoring position and 2 outs. He's 0 for 2 on the day. Pops this one back to Guerrero Jr., who's going to chase it. Not in time to get there, though. Now we just need something to get him off guard, and that curveball will do just that. Trying to check his swing, but goes all the way around over the whole plate. And we'll be going top of the 6th, still down 3-2. As Torres chops this one on the ground, out at first base. So the bats have been quiet, other than those first 2 innings. Green, liner, base hit into the outfield. Not going to get it with his outstretched glove at short. And maybe we're going to start a little bit of a rally here. Keith Clemens, we need you. 0 for 2 on the day, 0 for 2 on the count. Can he work out a hit? And he swings over the top with a curveball. Good timing, just wasn't able to make anything shake. And there's Torkelson. He was the one that had to be clutched last time. Can he do it again? Yes, he will. That's going to be a base hit that gets into the outfield. We're going to try to send the runner over to third to get a bluff throw in. Send him right back to second base. But that actually would lead to the skipper coming out for the Astros. They're going to go ahead and get Whitley out of the ball game. They've seen enough here. They want to get him out before things get ugly and get bad. As that is 2 hits in this inning to put runners in scoring position at first and second. It gives us a great opportunity to potentially score across another run. So who they're going to go to? Josh Winder. A 3.45 ERA and 73 innings already this season. Only 28 games, so he's been their innings eater. We'll see how many innings he's able to eat here today. First man he'll face is Harry Ford, who takes the first pitch he sees right back up the middle. That's going to be a base hit that'll tie up this ball game. Throw coming to the plate, not even close. They go ahead and go to the bullpen, but unfortunately he gives up the game. And the inning's still not over, too. We'll go back to the top of the lineup now with Morris Jones. Now with the winning expectancy on our side, 3-3 ball game. He gets a four-seamer on the hands trying to muscle this one out, but it will be right to the outfielder's glove. We'll take a tie game, and we'll actually take it all the way to the top of the 8th. 3-3 still, and we're still looking for just a little bit more offense to go ahead and squeeze across one more run. And the Bombers' order has been the ones to do it, as Keith Clemens this time doing it by getting hit by the pitch. Not ruining it with an out this time around to Torkelson. Can he be clutch for another time? He's perfect on the day, 3 for 3. Can we get a 4 for 4? No Wendy's, 2-0. Chop this one on the ground. That looks like it will be a double play. Flipped over to first base. Will go into the dugout. Altuve just lost control of that one, trying to be flashy with the spin jump throw midair. And kind of threw that one out into the seat. So Torkelson will go ahead and move over to second base. And we'll take advantage of the error as we're going to get a base hit up the middle from Harry Ford. Throw's going to come into the play well behind the runner. And that'll give us the lead. We'll take any runs we can get. And these 6s are the best kind of ones to get. Morris Jones trying to keep it going, but he will strike out swinging on the knee, and it'll be up to Jordan Hicks coming in. I know he's not our setup man right now, but he's also probably one of our best relievers, the one I trust the most. So I want to go ahead and get him in to keep this game at 4-3 for Romano to come in the ninth to close this one out. That got a little glitchy a little bit. Able to still go ahead and get the out though, so nothing too bad to worry about. As Alvarez will have a full count here with 1 out. Watch that sinker go away. And we'll go ahead and walk over. They're going to go Pete Crow Armstrong to pinch run, get a little bit more speed there, as he could be the tying run. As Jose Altuve is up at the plate. He's batting .315 against righties. So it's not a great thing against Jordan Hicks, but he's also the one I trust the most. And what does he do? Get a ground ball over. Not going to get the double play. It looks like they were stealing. So the hit and run needs work to save no double play ball. But now Rhys Hopkins will have to come up and get a hit here, running in scoring position with 2 outs. And he pops it up over to first base. Torkelson doesn't even have to move as he goes ahead and clubs this one in. And that'll lead us into the ninth here. Jose Alvarado is going to come in trying to keep this game a 4-3 game, but he's looked like he struggled this season. 4.5 ERA. Both righties and lefties both hitting over 300. And like I said earlier, unfortunately for the pitchers like that, we have righties and lefties in our lineup. So let's go to get it cracking here with Akil Baddoo. Helping lower that lefty opponent batting average, unfortunately. Vladimir Guerrero, can we hurt it a little bit? 2-2, chopped on the ground right over the pitcher's head. But shortstop Altuve will come in and make the play. Throws it over. Easy reads there. Gonzalez will be up next for our last hope to try to get some extra run support. And he will get a base hit off the cutter. Gonzalez just looking more and more impressive every single day I play with him on this team and I hit with him. It's just ever more so impressive. That Rookie of the Year trophy has to be coming back to Detroit, I feel like. After Keith won it, now I feel like it's his turn to go ahead and go get that thing. That would be 2 guys in the infield too as well. You know, he's DHing. That would have run the Rookie of the Year for us in this series. As Green strikes out there, swinging over the top. And we'll hand things off to Jordan Romano. 23 games, 3.91 ERA. And we're looking for him to go ahead and come in, shut this door, and get us this victory. Jeremy Pena will be the first man that he faces here as he chops one foul. He is at a 1-2 count down the line over to Guerrero. Foul ball 2 as well. I think it should just be a hit. You know, it shouldn't have to pass the third base bag. Just let it all be a hit so we can throw him out. Nah, that probably would work, not in our favor more times than it didn't. As that slider low and away, I told you it's the strikeout pitch. No matter who you are, it's Pena will have to go sit down after you got corkscrewed into the ground on that one. And then Chaz McCormick 1-2, trying to get him to go down the same type of way. So let's go ahead and go back to the same type of pitch. 2-2. Let's go with that slider low. Swings and misses. This one in on the hands, not away. But same result as he has to go sit down after being corkscrewed. And it'll be O'Neal Cruz up next, who is 2 for 3 on the day. Trying to get him to go ahead and sit down too as well, as he's got a 1-2 count. Not offering at that slider end on the legs. He's not going to be fooled. So let's go to this 4-seamer upstairs. Change the eye level. Make him think it could possibly beat a slider as he launches this one deep out towards Riley Green, who will get back and glove it in for the victory. Win for your Detroit Tigers, man. A 4-3 W. Valdez did just enough to be successful here today, and the bats woke up at the right moments. I was able to pull this one out. Not a big run support day, not a big splurge of runs, even though we had 16 hits as a team, so we got to fix that. But it does give Valdez his 6th win of the season. He's 6-3. Romano's 18th save. And you saw down below, we have officially swept the Houston Stros. So great game all in all. You know, the bats were really working. The team was on fire, firing on all cylinders. And if we can play like this, there's no doubt in my mind that we can win a playoff series and maybe even slide into the World Series this year. Now, the first step to that is going to be getting to the postseason. I would love to do that as a division leader over a wild card, so we get a home field advantage. But any way we can get in, we're going to run with it. As you see here, Romano ended up being player of the game with his 2 Ks. Valdez got the win, 7 innings, 3 earned, 4 strikeouts, 2 walks, and 16 hits as a team. Clemens still somehow managed to go 0 for, despite all these hits going around. But 3 hits for Torkelson and 4 at the bottom part of the order. We love that. No home runs today, so we're manufacturing runs all day around. That's probably why it was only 4 out of those 16. If some couple more of those home runs it might have been. But Hicks gets his first save or hold of the season. Romano's 18th save. And this was a great team win, really, from top to bottom, from the bats to the pitching staff. And coming back out of that, we, of course, want to get a little bit more deeper into the season. So we're going to simulate just a little bit further. You see the next day out against the Angels. We end up being able to come away with a 3-2 victory. They're late, as that was the only thing we could do, is we unfortunately lose the last two, especially a big one here, 13-4. I had to immediately come in and see what happened to the pitching, and this one was all bullpen. 6 2/3 with 2 earned runs for Skubal, but Garcia gave up 3. Job gave up 4 and didn't even record an out. Andrew Chafin gave up 4 hits, 3 earned runs, 4 runs total. This was a complete bullpen meltdown, because if we had just held the door, we would have won this one 4-2. But that was and that's questions. I have questions about our bullpen. I don't know if it is sustainable. I don't know if this is the one that's going to lead us to the promised land of being able to get to the World Series. So I'm looking at potential trades or move ups that can help the bullpen be a little bit better. Now, let's jump right back into the gameplay. Though, as you saw, we took game 1 here with Luis Severino getting that opportunity for a complete game shutout. And then here the next day, we are down 1-0, trying to avoid being closed out by Pete Fairbanks, and set to do up his 4, 5, and 6 for us, as that means rookie Fernando Gonzalez will go ahead and kick things off here with a 1-1 count. Gets a 4-seamer on the edge. He's able to line this one into the outfield, unfortunately right into a glove, as we were not able to go ahead and make any strides on that one. Torres, same thing. 4-seamer on the outside part of the plate, lines this one, and that one gloved. I thought that one might have hit the dirt for a second. So now we unfortunately have 2 outs. And our last hope is Riley Green, who has been struggling. Not been Riley Green of the past 2 seasons, when he was almost the team MVP. Kind of getting things kicked off. And here he just hits a little dribbler back to Fairbanks. Doesn't waste any time. He throws that over. That's a quick 1-2-3 to go ahead and get us up out of there, man. That was unfortunate, as I was really hoping we were able to make some offense happen on that one. But went straight down the line there. Had some good pitches to hit. Just did not hit them where nobody wasn't. 4 hits total as a team is not going to cut it. Valdez had a great start, 6 1/3, only 1 earned. That's all you can ask for him. And I think if we were able to put up some runs, he would have went deeper into the game and really helped out his average, or his ERA. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. And really quick, just wanted to take a trip down to the minor league level. Leo Franco does get his first victory of the season, finally putting up a good start, being back in the starting rotation there at AAA, 9 innings, and getting a complete game shutout. Now, we have to go back to our scouting, because we need to get these starting pitchers right and actually done. So that's what I'm mainly focusing this second half of the scouting on, as we only have 2 more weeks left to go. Is trying to see if there's anybody worth my pick at 13 that we could take a starting pitcher for, or finding somebody that we can get at 49. I would love for one of our first 2 picks to be a high caliber starting pitcher. And here, Lou Brewer caught my eye. 82-90 potential, 78-86 overall. He's 5th on our board from 38th. He has great stamina. Hits per 9 looks like it's good. Strikeouts per 9 good. The issues, I guess, are walk per 9, home run per 9, but will future and project out to be good. He looked like he might be a potential good person, as well as Damian Connor, 6th on our board. He's 2nd overall. Potential range a little bit wider because we don't have him as fully scouted. And some of these ratings aren't near where Leo is or where Brewer was. So kind of looking at Brewer as like our top pick right now. Obviously, there's Dwayne Fuller here too. A little bit higher on the potential possibility. So maybe a bigger chance of an A potential here. But when looking at the ratings, that's something else I also look at too. Like, yes, the potential, like Will Page, potential is there. Probably could be a very good pitcher. When I look at those ratings over the side, he's not going to be a strikeout guy. He's not going to be a very good walk guy. And those don't typically simulate well. Like, it will hinder his development. He's giving up a lot of walks and getting people on base. So we'll look at starting pitchers in the West and Central again, as well as get a more focus on actually a shortstop, Jillian Gillis. I wanted to, get better in the infield. He can potentially move over to second base if Torres, getting older. And he had some good, starting ratings that I wanted to at least know more information about to see if we can pick him up later in the draft. Now here, we're going to do a little bit more simulating. As you see, we lose that game 5-6. It's a little bit of a losing streak here to end the month. We kind of lose that one there again, 5-4. So it gets, take 3 or 4 against the Mariners, not get swept. But coming into a series against the Rangers, we are up 2-1. We really need to start closing out some of these ball games, because I need us to be in a situation where we can take this division, or at least be close to where this Guardian series is going to mean something for us. As yes, we will be playing the Guardians coming up soon, as well as the last month of the year we will play them, I think, once or twice. as far as series goes. So it's clear that even the schedule has lined up perfectly for us to kind of battle it out for this division title this season. So Romano looking to get Nathan Lau to go ahead and fly this one out to Jones. Easy play, and look at that, one pitch or one batter out there. They brought us in. Just, I don't know why they couldn't finish that themselves. That didn't seem too much like a critical situation, but maybe they just needed my help. So we're able to go ahead and wheel out that save. Spencer Torkelson gets player of the game, 2 for 4 and a home run here today, as we were able to put across 2 runs behind one of those solo shots. And it probably could have even been it probably was the one in the 8th, since we had a pitch runner in the 9th inning there for Jace Jung. So he hit that home run in the 8th to kind of go ahead and tie up the game, and then we got across one more run in the 9th. Casey Mize, great start, 6 innings, 1 earned run. I'm very impressed with what he's been able to do this season. Kept the ERA below 4, honestly below 3.5, pretty much for a majority of the year. And we'll jump right back into scouting because, like I said, I was interested in Julian Gillies. Not much going on throughout the week there at the major league level, but 70 to 94 potential, pretty high overall, standing at 58 to 82. Switch hitter, and he looks like he's got great defense, great speed, good contact. A 4 out of 5 tool player. The only thing he's missing is power, and the power even looked like it'd be at about like an average standpoint. So I'm not mad at it at all. Somebody that could potentially be a late round pickup, Dave Vogt, 65th on our board, 102 on the overall board. And look at all that green and blue on the future side. That is what I mainly look for when it comes to getting these starting pitchers. I need to see that green. I need to see that blue. Now, more or less, when we're looking at batters, I need to see at least one skill set stand out. Homer there had his contact and his speed stand out, so I want to get a little bit more information on him, as well as the potential range from 80 to 99. Maybe a generational talent late in the board. Who knows? I just wanted to make sure we check that out to see if there could be a possibility there. As you can see, we got the series sweep against Texas, getting that last win, and then we come here against Boston and get yet another dub. So that helps us out, going a 4-game winning streak to end the month, 5-5, while the Guardians are 3-7. And now we are tied for first place in the American League Central with Cleveland. 9.5 games over the White Sox, so we're really separating ourselves from the rest of the pack. Those other teams are starting to fall back, and you can see it's a long list of teams here ready and fighting out for the wild card. I see 4 teams in the AL East: the Orioles, Rays, Blue Jays, and Yankees. And then, of course, you got us and the Guardians. A lot of us are just tied at the same record. That's why there's so many teams. We'll go ahead and check out a quick stat update too before we get out of here. As you can see here, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. hitting over 300 finally, leading the team in hits with 104, leading us in home runs with 28, 73 RBIs. I think it's a very clear who team MVP is this season. This is not even close. Morris Jones, Akil Baddoo, and Fernando all above 90 hits though as well. So keep your eyes out on them. Akil hitting 312, maybe going for that batting title yet again. And Gonzalez is a rookie, batting 272, 9 homers, 44 RBIs. He's tied for 3rd on the team lead with home runs, as Torkelson has 11 with only 27 RBIs though. So kind of dropping off there, a lot of solo home runs there. And Morris Jones right back at it again with the stolen bases. You know, I'm checking the doubles just in case. 20 stolen bases, 20 doubles. We want to get back to that 40-40 club if possible. And leading us in average, of course, like I said, we had the 2 guys over 300. Matt Verling off the bench is also over 300. Morris Jones is 280. Jace Jung, surprisingly, you know, his first year up, he's seeing great development. He's up to a 75 overall now, and he's batting 280. Fernando Gonzalez batting 270, +5 to his contact left. He's seeing a little bit downside to his power, but his contact left is boosted tremendously. He's got an over 300 on base percentages. We have a lot of guys over 350 this season, which helps out with that OPS being, you know, in that 800, 900 range, especially when that slugging is looking good. Now, as we go over to, I do want to check out and make sure that we're not making too many errors. Only 5 by Torkelson, which I guess is better than what we would normally be seeing. And then our war leaders, we got 4 guys over 2, 5 guys over 1. Torres, Ford, Green, Guerrero, and Baddoo leading the way with a 2.7. Going over to the pitching side, though, I've been impressed with 3 of our 5 pitchers, and the other 2 have been kind of complete letdowns, with Valdez and Severino having ERAs over 4, whips pretty high too as well, 1.45 and 1.38. But Jackson Jobe has been the surprising factor in it all. Well, not Jackson Jobe. I meant Casey Mize has been the surprising factor in everything. 3.36 ERA, a 1.19 whip. His strikeouts have looked good at 79 of those things, and he's been honestly a driving force for this rotation, other than the normal tree Skubal. But we have to get some things fixed. And Skubal's ERA is even higher than I thought it would be, 3.65. Only 2 guys that are below a 3 ERA. I would love to get that number either added up to, or have some guys dip into that 1 range. Whips are looking low. And my most important stat when it comes to our starting pitchers, I need to see how many quality starts you have. So 11 for 18 for Tariq, 6 for 18 for Luis, 9 for 17 for Casey, 8 for 17 for Matt, and 9 for 16 for Valdez. So honestly, Valdez is getting a lot of quality starts. I guess just when he's off, he's off. But he actually does have quite a bit of quality starts for how many games he started. So I can't even complain about that. I mean, we just need to get his bad starts a little bit less bad, and his ERA will actually probably drop a little bit. As you can see here, looking at some of the run leaders, home runs given up, 19 by Severino, 16 by Jackson Jobe. Hopefully those don't get too high on that one. Strikeout per nines. None of our starting pitchers are really that high. 7-8 seems to be the maxed out by Jackson Jobe. But we do have a couple of relievers in that 10 range. And then WAR, we just got 3 guys over 1. Valdez, Mize, and Scoop. I'm surprised Mize is actually at a 1.2 WAR. And I had to come look at his FIP to see if maybe he was up top in that. No, he's pretty low in that too, as well as that's in the 4 range. So not sure at all how he did that. One thing that I don't show too often, as you guys can see in the background, is our struggling and hot players at the end of the month. As this could be a very good indicator. You guys need to watch out for this if you're not. It could be an indicator of who needs to move up or who needs to move down, especially if you see a name up there multiple times, like in back-to-back months. So it's kind of what I like to look at. Anybody can have one good month, but if you're having 2, 3, it might be time to look to move up. And Danny Dietz, since we moved him up from single A to double A, he's a B potential second baseman, could be the future second baseman at 20 years old. He's up to a 62 overall now. Great development across the board. And this year is killing it at the double A level. 281 average, 338 on base with a 416 slugging, leading to 5 home runs, 11 RBIs, 12 doubles. And he's looked fantastic. Once again, we want to check out the trade market. O'Neal Cruz is on here too now. So it's not only him, but Gavin Lux. 2 great potential shortstops here at A and B potential, very high overall. And I just wanted to see, okay, what are some suggested trades? Casey Mize, Spencer Torkelson, Fernando Gonzalez. Yeah, no. Future rookie of the year, great starter for us, and Torkelson surprise player of the year. I'm not giving you all that just for an O'Neal Cruz, because then I wouldn't even know who would play first base for us. Like, I can move Gonzalez or Guerrero over to first, but who's playing third? Maybe slide him back into. I guess I could slide him into the infield. He would play third, but now who's DHing? Now I have to find somebody for that. Now, there's also an outfielder here with Romano Lorano, but Jonathan Scope, Andrew Chafin, and Jake Rogers. I'm honestly not mad at that trade. I mean, he's 31 years old, so, I mean, not really much room for him. Our outfield is pretty kind of stacked when I think about it, but, let me know if you guys think that might be a future trade. That's the kind of feedback that I want you guys to leave down below. Let me know what you guys think about any of those. Are they worth it to make this team that extra step better? We're getting closer to the trade deadline, and our team is 49-38. So are we going to go in on a major move to really push us over the edge? And what is that major move that we're missing? Who are we giving up? What kind of prospects are we giving up to really make that move? Or do we kind of buy it with the team that we have, trust in the process, and then make any major moves this offseason / next year? We really kind of go all in and we really know our team's ready. So you guys let me know what you guys are feeling about those trade and opportunities, as well as any other signs and stuff like that. We're getting close to the time to do contract renewals too as well. So just let me know what you guys are trying to see, and we'll definitely go ahead and get that pushed in. Next time out, we're going into the draft and all-star weekend. Maybe a little bit of a shorter video, but only time will tell. So I'll catch you guys in the next one. It's me, your boy SGG, aka the King of Games, aka GM Smooth, and your boy is back. So get on the lookout Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 4 p.m. for these videos to drop for you. I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'm out.